Alright, this is a big video. Now, these videos are going to be sprinkled throughout the course. These are the topics that are going to be super short, but important because as a beginner, it's hard to learn these things because you don't know what you don't know. So, what I'm going to try and do in these videos is how to avoid those mistakes that I made when I got started, and what a lot of people do when they get started. That is, they don't have a clear path and don't understand what's the most efficient way to do things is. So, with developer fundamentals, we are going to talk about key things to make you, first of all, learning efficient in learning Python, but also make you a programmer that is really good. So, what is the first developer fundamental? Don't read the dictionary. What does that mean? Well, you are learning a language such as Python. You are going to have a tendency, especially when you are starting out, you try and learn every single thing, every single function, every single syntax, and every single trick. It's almost like you are trying to learn language by reading a dictionary from page 1 to all the way to page last. As a matter of fact, when I work with different programming languages, I don't know all that syntax. I don't know all that methods and functions. And what a lot of developers do is not necessarily memorize everything, just like you would every single word in a dictionary. Instead, you understand what exists and what you can use. But one always Google things, and most of the time, developers are Googling things no matter how experienced they are. For example, if we go to the Python documentation here, we can go through everything, right? I can go through the language reference and read through everything, and that is really useful information. But you're not going to memorize each and every single thing about the language because there is a lot. This is the Python language, and then there are also libraries. And if you sit there and just read everything in here, well, you're not going to memorize anything. In order for you to actually learn Python, you have to use the language, and you will notice that some things are used a lot more than others, just like in human languages. Like when you learn English, there's a difficulty in words that don't get used that often. So we are going to learn the language in a way that makes sense, in a way that's efficient, where we focus on the 20% and get used 80% of the time. And all are more complicated things we are going to cover, but we are not going to cover one by one from start to finish. We are going around the idea being that when you are learning a programming language, you are just using these concepts, and slowly you are learning what's out there, so that when you have a problem you can identify it. So, first of all, fundamental is this: don't learn a language as if you are trying to get 100% on a test. We are going to learn a language by actually using it, focusing on the things that actually matters. Alright, that's enough talking for me. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.